Hey, outlaws, we are back and once again talking about robots and even more fun, humanoid robots for the army, for the military, supposedly for defense. And if you look right here, industrial work. So, someone's lying. Anyways, a San Francisco-based robotics startup called Foundation is accelerating its push into military humanoid robotics, outlining plans to manufacture up to 50,000 humanoid robots by the end of 2027. If you're not keeping track, that's about 2 years away, if not less. Now, 50,000. When it comes to a population, it's not a lot, but when you actually look through military numbers, so Marine Corps Reserve 33,000, Navy Reserve 55,000, Air Force Reserve 66,000, Marine Corps Active Duty 172,000. 50,000 humanoid robots capable of inflicting damage, pain, murder, and mayhem is not a good thing. Now, I've recently got some traffic, which I appreciate, guys. I appreciate you watching again. Like, remember, this channel kind of goes off and on. But a lot of comments, and I responded best I could, basically to saying that this is a good thing, AI is a good thing, robots a good thing, it's all a good thing. It just enables people to do so much. And like, no, it doesn't. It really does not. Programmers or AI, people that utilize AI might be fooling themselves into thinking that. But they also know, and I've had conversations and interviews with these type of people, the ones that do like web analytics, SEOs, building things and utilizing AI, attaching AI programs that they built into like ChatGPT or others. They all know and they all admit that, yeah, eventually it's just going to replace me too. Like, it's not enabling anyone to do anything. It's just taking jobs away from people. We just don't have the data on that yet. And if we did have that data, it would just be downplayed. In reality, AI is designed to replace humans. It's designed to replace workers. It's designed to replace basically jobs and people in general. And eventually it's going to become so advanced. And remember, we covered this before, where they're trying to make it so cognitive that it will replace all human needs for thinking. And it kind of already is. There's schools out there right now that are forcing children to write with pencils and paper in order to force them to critically think away from AI and everything else. Again, that's the elites. It's not cheap schools doing this. These are elite class schools doing this because they know, yeah. Now, not granted, they still teach them things with robotics, technology, whatnot, but they're teaching them to critically think through good old paper and pencil. And that's important. I think you should all do that. And the whole purpose of this channel too, and me covering topics like this, is to inform you that way you make informed decisions on how to utilize it, but don't let it replace you. And also be able to identify those signs. Again, control it, but don't become a slave to it, which a lot of people are. A lot of people just automatically, no questions asked, go straight to AI. Hey, AI, tell me how to do this thing. Even though they know full well, or should know full well, that humans control AI and its algorithms. Anyways, going off a bit of a rant. So, what does this thing look like? Well, like this, kind of like in the thumbnail. It looks very similar to a battle droid, and like a battle droid, it probably won't be that great at first, but it will do the job. And the job isn't pretty. Let me make sure this is turned off. And there it is. Let me expand this for you. So this type of setup, it's plastic right now. And look, this guy is like, these are the kind of people basically making decisions to replace you. I mean, I'm not trying to be blackpilled about it. I'm just telling you the truth. It's like, you're not really adding value, nor are you enabling anyone. You're replacing people. And one of my biggest oppositions, let me see if I can get a picture of this while I talk a little bit. One of my biggest oppositions to robotics and warfare and robot warfare is that it can be done to be, it turns attrition warfare into like slick warfare, non-stop warfare, endless warfare, cyclic warfare, just constant. Okay. The good thing about humans being involved with warfare is that we get tired. We start running out of resources. Common sense starts prevailing back home. Leaders get voted out of power. Generals get removed. Soldiers get tired. So eventually the fighting stops. But when you have something like this that could be adapted, doesn't question, just does what it's freaking told, doesn't get tired, doesn't care about the weather, doesn't need food, just keeps going, 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 you've created a problem. And yeah, they're like, oh, well, in this Call of Duty game, the robot's so cool and it does what you want it to do and it follows and runs around with you and there's still tons of you. No, no, no. If you could produce 50,000 of these things in 2 years, you can produce millions in about a decade, if not less. And they'll sell it to you like these are safe, these are perfect, these will protect human lives. No, they won't. They'll just be used to endlessly dictate and enforce policy and military policy on people that really has no business being enforced upon. And again, you remove that human factor from it. Human factor from warfare, which people that say warfare is awful, is bad. Yes, but warfare is also part of being human. And the issue with warfare is it should end at some point because the humans get tired. Robots won't get tired. Okay. And I know it's a lot of us just don't have the power or control, but we do have voices, we do have opposition, and that's kind of what I'm getting at. This is not a good thing. Let's go back to this one here. Let's talk about what they say with the strategic promise and resolve risks. They emphasize that humanoid robots could reduce reliance on airstrikes or heavy weapons. No, they won't. No, they won't. You'll still have airstrikes. You'll have robotic guided airstrikes. We already do. Hello, drones. We had drones. We didn't stop. We didn't start using them less. We started using them more. Heavy weapons. No, we still use heavy weapons. Enabling precise ground level interventions. We already have that with humans. We did that. Donald Trump did that recently by taking over that Venezuelan old cargo ship. We sent military teams to go take it, seize it by force. Okay. And again, that's what they're going to do. They're going to sell you it's safe. They're going to sell you the lie that makes everything better. It doesn't. It doesn't. It's to do one thing: turn attrition warfare, that's the natural cause of warfare, into something that's endless and cyclic. You don't want that. Yeah. The other issue too I want to touch on real quick before I let you guys go, is it's also industrial. So right now there are a lot of trade people in the trade workers that are thriving or doing well because AI and tech hasn't really figured out how to replace them. But this is replacing you. So construction jobs, trade jobs, welding, electrical work, these things will just take it away from you. Some of the people in my comment section asked, like, journaling along the lines like, well, do people still have value if they can't work? I mean, they have human life value, but their societal value gets stolen from them. Okay? Their freedom gets stolen from them. Because if you can work, if you can negotiate a wage with somebody, you have power. And with that currency that you control, that you can increase or either make yourself a better worker, more skilled, more intelligent, move up to a management position based on more experience, you can then negotiate and gain more power, freedom, and more money through, again, more currency or more income to yourself. If robots are taking all that away and you think you're going to live in some wild, fantastical utopian where you're just going to have wild parties and have fun all day long, you're fooling yourself. That's not going to happen. Again, I don't want to be black pill, but this is something that we need to start having discussion because I'm not seeing enough discussions on this. There's just too much celebration. Oh, this is wonderful. It's great. It's like, yeah, we could, but should we? And I think no. Anyway, outlaws, always welcome you guys arguing with me or agreeing with me. That's fine too. We'll see you next time.